when you do a POTA activation, how do you carry your gear to your site? Sometimes I know a lot of guys have to hike into a site, but most of us, at least in my case, I've been in the extremely fortunate position to be able to drive up to a site, find a park bench, and be able to activate right from there. So I don't have to hike into a site. And of course, I know for SOTA folks, that's absolutely a necessity to be able to hike into a site. But for POTA, Parks on the Air, how do you carry your gear? What do you use to carry your gear in? In the past, I used the 511 backpack. I've had that for a number of years. But what I found with it was that the clamshell design caused me to just stuff a whole bunch of things into the main part of the pack, and things were just all over the place. I was always afraid of something getting broken. Certainly I couldn't open the thing up, letting it stand vertical, because everything would fall out. I always kept an eye out for something new that I could carry my gear in to keep it a little better organized and that sort of thing. So one day while I was scrolling on Facebook, I was in the POTA Facebook group, and K3KLB, Corey Beer, had a bag, a solution that he uses for POTA. So I took one look at it and I said, you know what? I think that's going to work for me. So luck had it, I went to the 511 website and it was on sale. So even better. So let me show you what we've got. This is the 511 Range Ready Trainer Bag. It looks big, it looks bulky, it's like the size of a duffel bag, and you're right, it is. But you can keep things organized in this, and that's really what I was going for. So let me open it up, I'll give you the tour of how I've got everything packed. We'll begin in the front compartment. I have a pad for logging. I don't do electronic logging. I like good old-fashioned pen and paper. A couple of manuals for the radios, a little utility knife, a couple of pens. So that's what we keep up in the front. Inside this bag, there are 4 compartments with a couple of pockets. So I'm going to start from this compartment and work my way over. Over in here, in a little pouch, is the FT817. Keep it kind of protected while it's in transit. In the center, all things antenna. A couple lengths of coax. In this pouch is the N9SAB 20 to 40 meter link dipole, and what we keep in here are some stakes for when we put an inverted V with the telescoping mast that I have for it, a couple of lashing ties, and the antenna itself. I also have an N9SAB end-fed antenna that I'm going to be doing some experimenting with this year, hopefully when we get out and see how it works. Antenna analyzer, you always need this wherever you go. And these 2 pouches, I'm not going to go through them, these 2 pouches have counterpoises of different lengths, and they also have the counterpoises for the Wolf River Coil vertical antenna. So all things antenna in this pouch. I also have an old antenna tuner in here. In the front pouch, mostly accessories. This is the pouch for the speaker mic and speech processor for the FT817. External speaker for the radio. 28,000 milliamp hour battery pack to charge devices or keep things going. This is a keyer paddle that I built, an MFJ set of paddles for the built-in keyer in the 817. I don't operate CW all that much, but I carry it with me just in case. Then I've got some battery supplies or power supplies. I've got a cigarette lighter to Anderson power pole adapter. I've got a battery monitor, and I've got 2 BioNO batteries. In this last compartment, in this pouch, I have, this is a little stand, and this is the G106 radio. This is kind of my backup right now. We're going to be doing more with that in the coming weeks. And this little pouch has the speaker mic for the G106. On the top of the bag, there's a couple of elastic straps. I've got the FT817 rubber duck that was supplied with the radio, and also have an MFJ telescopic whip that I've used, and with some success, mounts on the back of the rig, and it works. Not great, but it works. Now let's take a look at the back of the pack. There's 2 pouches back here. In this one, I keep the N9 TAX dual band Slim Jim antenna, VHF and UHF, and it also has a couple of the pigtail adapters in it, depending what radio I have it connected to. Nice little antenna. And in here, a couple of bungee cords, because you never know when you're going to need bungee cords. On the side of the pack, there's another compartment. And in here, I keep some batteries for the antenna analyzer. You never know when you're going to need that. A multi-tool. In this little pouch, I keep coax adapters, right angle, BNC to UHF, whatever it might be. I don't have a lot of BNC antennas, but you never know. Electrical tape, use it for everything. And also a flashlight if needed. So you may be wondering, Chris, why are you carrying all that gear? Well, I'm kind of in the school of thought now. To have two is to have one, and to have one is to have none. I want to get out to a site and realize my rig died, my coax is bad, or whatever it might be. So I've got everything in this pack that I need, and it all stays in one place. We're in a clamshell backpack. Things are kind of flopping around all over the place. So this, it's kind of heavy, it's kind of bulky, but everything I need is in here. How do you carry your gear to your POTA site? Is it a drive up where you can just set your stuff up on a picnic table right near your vehicle? Or do you have to hike into your site? I would say if I had to hike to wherever I was going, I wouldn't be taking this. I would certainly downsize and take whatever it is I needed to get to wherever I was going. But this, I think for most of my activations, this is going to work fine. So again, I want to thank Cody K3KLB for the recommendation on this bag. And hey, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. It'd be let's get a dialogue going on how we're doing all this stuff. And of course, don't forget, like, subscribe, and all that stuff to keep the channel going. So until next time, 73 from K2CJB.